Just recently, I made a video creating a randomly generated landscape in Blender, and I applied a texture from a source online. Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and create my own texture, so I want to use Gimp to create maybe a soil texture of some type. So I'm going to create a new item. I'm going to set it at 512 by 512 because that's a nice round number in things like these. I'm going to go up to filters, and I will select render, noise, and I'm going to select plasma. I'm going to take the turbulence up a little bit, maybe 3 or 4. I'm looking at the color field, and I'm going to just try selecting new seed until I find something that I think works, something that's not too contrasty, particularly along the edges. So I'm just going to play around with this a little bit. I'm also going to avoid anything that maybe has lines that are a little too straight within the pattern. But maybe I'll go with something like this. It's light around the edges most of the way around and a little darker in the center. And we'll try that and see how that works. So I don't want all of the color. I want things more in the muddy brown range. So I'm going to go up to colors. I'm going to go to desaturate and select the desaturate option. And I will switch this to lightness. And we get something like this, sort of a gray. I'll say okay. Now I want some actual colors applied, so I'm going to go to my paint buckets, paint selector, and I'm going to move this into sort of that orangish brownish range, and I will select a darker brown. I'll go ahead and copy the HTML notation, say OK, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the whites. I'll just paste the HTML notation so that I get the exact same color, hit enter, and then I'll move it up a little bit so that I get a lighter version of the color. So now I've got two different browns that I'm going to go ahead and use. So again, under colors, I'm going to map this. I'm going to go to map, and I'm going to go to gradient map to get a gradient based on those colors that I have. Except I got some purples and things. Now if I go to my toolbox for filters, we can see that I have custom selected. It must be something I had done previously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this from foreground to background RBG, and we'll try this again. Colors, mapping, gradient map. Well, now I see just basically what looks like a flat brown. There doesn't seem to be any variation in this at all. I think that has to do with me doing the gradient map 2 different times. So I'm going to do the whole process again. I'll go up to filters. I'm going to go down to my rendering, select noise. Once again, I will do plasma, take that turbulence up a bit, and we'll try new seeds until I think I have something that seems reasonable for my purposes. But maybe I'll try something like that. Once again, working off of foreground to background for the filtering. I'm going to go up to my colors. I will desaturate. I'll say OK. I will go to colors one more time, and I will map a gradient. Now this time, we do have a nice variation within this. So that's looking pretty decent. Over in the layers area, I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to name it noise. Instead of filling it with white, I will make sure that it's on transparency and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. That done, I'm going to go up to filters and I will go to noise directly and I will go to RGB noise. Now, I can slide all these values around individually, or in this case, knowing that I'm taking them all up together, I will uncheck the independent red, green, blue box and slide that up to or near 1. Likewise, I'm going to slide this alpha up and we will get this nice static that comes into play. And I'm going to say OK. For the moment, I'm going to hide this. Now selecting the background level, I'm going to go up to filters and under the mapping, I'm going to select bump map. I'm going to select invert and tiled, and then I'm going to adjust this top value and take it up quite a bit. Now I don't see anything happening. I think I need something for my input. So if I just select this question mark box, I can see that I have some options here for noise or background. And now we can see that, well, there's some texture that's being applied. So if we go ahead and we adjust these values, we can see that it changes. So I'm going to take this top value up to maybe 190 something for elevation. I think I'm going to take it down a little bit so that we get a little more texture, maybe around 30. Depth, I think I'm going to take it up a reasonable amount. And the other values, I think I'm going to leave alone and I'll say okay. So I think this looks like a nice textured piece of dirty real estate. So I'm going to go with this, but there is one more thing. Now, this is not necessary. This is just for example. But if I go up to filters and I go to my mapping, and I tile this, and let's say that I tile it for 1024 by 1024, in essence creating a 4 by 4 tile of this pattern I created, we're going to see that there are these clear and distinct lines that we do not want. It's very obvious, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to close that, discard it. Going back to what we were just working on, let's try this again. I'm going to go to filters, I'm going to go to mapping again, and I'm going to tile this to be seamless. And we can see that it's kind of changed. I'm not going to mess with any of these settings. I'm just going to go ahead and say okay. And now, as an example again, if I go to filters and I map this for tiling on a 4 by 4 scale, we can see that looks much better. I do see a little bit of variation within this, but for my purposes, I'm going to go ahead and stick this. The point is, it's a fairly simple process that only takes a few minutes to do. I can go back and do this multiple times until I get the effect that I want, but overall, this isn't too bad. So I'm going to close the tiled version of this. And this version, I'm going to go ahead and I will file. I will export this, make sure that it's a PNG, give it a name, and export. That done, we should have a texture that looks useful for what I would like.